For me, music has been a lifelong journey. My mother says that I could write a song before I could write my name. I don't know exactly when it was that I got started. I just know that I've always done it. I've always set my life to music. My name's Olivia Duck. I'm 23 years old, and I'm a singer-songwriter.
This old juke joint's got the blues. Each quarter buys a tune to soothe an aching heart. Not much here to lose. Some drifters and lost dreamers looking for a start. They never cared to play it smart. Try to shoot some pool. The draft tastes smooth and cool. Yeah, man, it hits the spot. Nicky plays.
I grew up in Aurelia, home of Gordon Lightfoot and the Mariposa Folk Festival. I guess you could say that folk is a living part of the Aurelia community, and I found myself drawn to the people and places that are folk. Tonight I've traveled back to my hometown to perform an opening set for longtime performer Norm Hacking.
It's Friday night and my TV's on. Oh, I flip through the stations, never anything on anyway. Tired of my TV screen, showing me places I've never been. It feels funny and my heart's astray. Well, my skin is pale and my eyes are gray. Would you still find me lovely? Bend through me, yeah. Sorry, I'm not that sunny. Anyway, yeah. Maybe what I need here is some of that sunshine in a bottle, making me fine, at least some of the time.
Well, who the hell would want to be a songwriter? I asked my friend Lloyd time to time. You and me, he replied, it's just something inside. Finding some truth in a line and searching all night for the rhyme.
You know, when songwriters get together, you know, I think they talk less and less about chords and things and more about the process. The process is what's fascinating. Where does this stuff come from? And a lot of people will say, like, I wrote this song in 3 minutes. It passed through me as if I were, a conductor rather than a writer. You know, like lightning hits a lightning rod and passes through it. And also, there's the songs you work on for a year, laboriously to finish off. But the process of songwriting is fascinating to me.
Had me a birthday at the Transact Club. Was a hell of a musical ride. And if the way it all ends is a room full of friends singing with hearts open wide, it's a fine way of saying goodbye.
What inspires you? Life, love, talk, just rant your heart out about things that inspire you. What makes you write? What makes you feel?
Lately, more so than ever, the astonishing acts of courage and kindness and humor by fellow members of the human race in the face of a pretty tough world. Emotionally, I think this is a harder place to live than it was before. But things were simple, and the guy next door said, "How's your crop?" And he said, "Not bad, how's yours?" And everything made a little more sense. It was like you survive, you look after, cover each other's ass because, you have to. You want them to do the same. And now it's be careful that one of these 8 zillion people walking down the street doesn't do something weird or hurtful. And then a good song comes along and reminds me I'm part of something else. And the good song hopefully touches me. And like I said, I'm most affected by surprising acts of grace and courage by people.
Has done what I would call generational healing. We're all of an age pretty much. We're in our 40s and 50s, except for a couple of us. And we were all survivors of the 60s. And the 60s were a time of great excitement and growth and change and turbulence all at once. And the people who come here have somehow overcome the turbulence, and they've reached a point of personal peace where they're in a state of being, if that doesn't sound too corny. They just let it happen. They don't let things happen to them. They let life happen. And there's a real beauty and simplicity in that kind of approach. It's the approach of the moment, I guess, is what I'm saying about this generational thing.
Angel with a broken wing can't fly above the earth. Tethered to this tainted soil, what is a broken angel worth?
What matters to me is communicating, connecting as one human being to another. And that's why I come to the Song Circle, and that's why I'm a member of the Folk Society, and that's why I write folk songs. That's why I'm not a rock and roller. It's why I dabble in jazz. It's why I dabble in blues. Because blues and jazz and folk are the 3 basic human condensed kinds of music. That and old-time country.
Cards are on the table. You are the generation that came from the 60s and the 70s and riding on the heels of Bob Dylan, Joan Baez, and Joni Mitchell. And do you think folk music, or how do you think it's going to survive?
I think it really depends how you define folk music, because I think what you do is folk music. I think a lot of the stuff, like right now, the generation of 20-something singer-songwriters is just incredible to the younger generation, because every generation makes its own. you'll make your own community, and it may involve old fogies, and then good on the old fogies, because they've enjoyed what they do, and now they should be looking to enjoy what someone else is doing.
Postmodern, it's a brand new day. Oh, and this world's just postmodern. Then I guess so is this cliche. Maybe all I need is a little that new instrumentation to open my mind. Living in the safe, so full of super information. Feels like there's nothing left here to find. 'Cause everything's been done. Every song's been sung, but not by me. Everything I've done in my life turns out it don't amount to a footnote, a footnote in our story.
What kind of advice would you give to someone like myself that's just starting to get their head out there and loves music and is following sort of the singer-songwriter tradition?
Wow. The only thing I'd say is honor the art form, and don't let the business end of it sour the art form. If you want to be a professional musician and make your living at it, the money end is there, but after years of playing music and feeling foolish about my financial condition most of the time, I reached a point several years ago where I realized that I was the luckiest guy in the world and most privileged to do what I do. I don't know what people do if they can't write songs and get up and play them. To me, that's now the process of doing it makes me feel like a success, and I would say to anybody who wants to express themselves and find their voice through writing songs and singing them, I would say the first day you do it, you're a success. There's no destination down the line. Don't project anything. Just dig it. Dig it one day at a time. And if you're doing it, pat yourself on the back.
And the world gets a lift when you practice your gifts. Each voice knows the courage of song, and will not replace the love and the grace that lives in a songwriter's song. Gives you strength to just keeping on. And the lifers won't quit till they cash in their chips. We keep betting on the loving of this game, and the dreams we all chase, full of love, full of grace. Thanks to Olivia for a lovely opening set tonight. It all means less than fortune or fame. It's all about the way a friend speaks your name. God bless y'all.
When I scan the heavens, I almost disappear. But there's music in these hills,
Ancient drums become guitars, and they long voice singing 1,000 years ago. Tonight